Hey guys, I'm here to bring you a review of Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 31. And let's get into it. Side note, this cover art I love so much when the solicitation first came out that I made it the screensaver on my phone, which is you. So yeah, let's get into this. So new writer, Will Pfeiffer, and it begins, as it always does, in every single issue, Roy Harper catching everybody up to what's been going on, so no need for that. Then, of course, Lobo. He's got his, where we last left him from the previous issue. He's got his foot on his neck, and he can't breathe. Got a pin in his chest, and he can't breathe. So that's going on, and Lobo is, basically giving them a rundown, and he's saying how he's basically filling them on, his old plan, and he says, listen, friend, there's a war brewing, a big one, between big powers like Ron and the Thanagar, and that sort of thing, firing a weapon at Earth isn't going to get much attention from buyers, and if I want a high price, I'm going to need lots of attention. So, so I'm not aiming it at your planet. I'm aiming it at a star, a white dwarf. The missile, the nanite missile that he has on the ship, at a white dwarf. So he says I'm going to create a black hole, and if you knew a little bit more about astrophysics, you'd be getting really scared right about now. Really, really scared. So this time, there's a panel of Red Hood and Starfire, and they Roy has activated the comm link so he can hear everything that's going on, and also that little lizard guy is also in the background with them in that ship. And I do like the artwork on this. So we snapshot of that. So yeah, and he continues to elaborate on his plans there, and he says, same nanotech that these clowns use to reshape the planet can be used to reshape a star from the inside to make a black hole. But Roy Harper says, but we're too far. That's still not going to. And Robo interrupts him and says, let me finish. A black hole's got energy, more energy than you can imagine, hell, more than I can imagine. And see, I can take that energy, focus that energy, concentrate it into a gamma ray as big as a planet and as long as infinity. A targeted beam, a targeted extinction causing planet-leveling, radioactive as hell gamma beam. Starting to get the picture? Oh yeah, and if you're wondering about your friends, don't worry. They'll probably get here before I can fire the weapon, but not, in time to actually stop me. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you actually think they were going to surprise me? Which, there's a bit of a continuity issue there, because at the very last panel of last month's issue, he already established that he knew that Red Hood and Starfire were already coming. So, that's admissible, but what's coming next isn't really for me. So basically, he's going to use that his bomb, shoot it at a white dwarf, and the gamma beam will not only destroy Earth, but make a huge freaking celestial beam that everybody in the galaxy is going to see, and he's going to they can make a lot of money off that. So Lobo's henchmen, have gotten back up, and they're controlling the ship and stuff. I actually thought they were dead in the last issue, but apparently not. And I also didn't realize that one of the guys here is working for them is actually a Tamaranian. Not a New 52 Darkfire, Reynard, I think, but Starfire and Blackfire's sister. I mean brother. So he tells Lobo, come look at this, freaking the people coming, like they disappeared off the map, and Red Hood communicating with Arsenal, and telling him hide somewhere, close his eyes, because freaking they're in that ship, they teleport inside of their ship, and they basically fall on top of Lobo and his henchmen. So they catch up with Roy and everything, Starfire and Jason. They get out of the ship, and freaking Lobo actually is underneath the ship, but his arm is exposed enough to where he actually can grab Starfire by the foot and slam her head into the ship. So she's knocked out a little bit, and then he knows who Starfire is. He says the famous Tamaranian warrior princess. Too much princess and not enough warrior, if you ask me. And then Jason kind of bops him on the head with his sword, and that for some reason makes him drop to his knees. So then his henchmen, come out and start fighting Roy and Jason. So, they go through the whole thing where Roy cuts the dude's arm and then it grows back, and Roy Harper gets his hat punched off, and the other guy breaks Jason's sword. Red Hood, asks Starfire if she could use that atomic beam that she used in the previous issue. And then, here's, in the comic where I did actually just realize that Vehar, I believe his name is, the guy working for, the Tamaranian working for Lobo, he's saying, pathetic. He's communicating with Starfire, saying, pure-blooded Tamaranian warrior following around a pair of inferior breeds from a backwards planet as if she were their lapdog. You lost your edge, you lost your wars of science, and you haven't kept up with recent advancements in strategy, weaponry, and of course verbal psionic trigger phrases. And he says, a word in this language, there. You can try to pronounce it if you like, if you can see that. I don't know if you can very well, but, so, Starfire's like, wow, and, she's down for the count. Then, Roy's like, he's got his hat back on, he's saying, think, Roy, think. And think fast. Freaking, Starfire's out of it, Roy is having some trouble, and, the other guy, is trying to beat him up. So he kind of hides somewhere, and, these other aliens out of nowhere show up that we've never seen in the comic so far. These pink guys with yellow freaking jumpsuits on. I'm just noticing that. Lobo's patrolling the ship, and the other guy's doing whatever. So Roy is talking to Lobo. He asks him, what's your problem anyway? Why do you hate Earth so much? He says, hate. Grow up, kid. This isn't about love or hate or planetary pride. It's about money. See, a weapon like this doesn't just reshape planets and stars. It reshapes economies. My economy, I mean. War's coming, kiddo, and a weapon that can wipe out a planet from the next galaxy, that's going to change the balance of power, which is the sort of thing governments are willing to pay for. And since you idiots are the ones who took a Tamaranian warship and parked it on a beach where any drunken bunch of aliens could steal it, I owe this all to you. So thanks a lot. And this part actually really ruffles my feathers, because at this point the artwork changes, and so does Lobo's hair. But I'll get to that later. He also rips Jason Todd's helmet off, his hood, and then in the next panel, the next page, he has it back on. So again, continuity issues within a single issue. But Roy also, he takes that little robot that he had from before, or presumably a Roy bot that he has, and he tweaks it a little bit, and and the other henchmen, go and get him, beat him up a little bit, and then bring him back to, I guess, the mainstay of the ship. As Lobo is about to fire the nanite bomb, then the Tamaranian Vehar is explaining to Lobo that the bomb is coming back. It's at us. And freaking Roy is saying, it's mine. And Lobo looks like worried and stuff. He said, "What did you do?" So the ship fills up with all the nanites. And they go click, 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 and freaking Lobo's like, "You son of a," and then freaking the nanites freaking just cover him up entirely, him and his whole crew, and Roy's like, "Goodbye, jerk," and boom, they vanish, they're not dead, so I don't know what happened there. So then Jason's like, "Roy, what the hell just happened?" And so he's explaining that he took his Roy bot and reprogrammed it so that instead of firing, it would come back and teleport Lobo and his group to another place in the galaxy. So and then they head back home. So and Starfire, she's back up and remarks that Lobo was an ass. Justice prevailed. Freaking he was going to kill everyone on the planet. Blah blah blah. And but Roy says he doesn't know exactly where to put them. So now the panel will go to Lobo and his crew, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Lobo finds the nanite bot and starts trying to reprogram it, and he's Vehar, is asking, I think he rewired one of the nanobots. Lobo saying, I think he rewired one of the nanobots to tell the others to fly back to the ship, break in, grab us, this ship, then shoot us out the other side. At the same time, he programmed them to manipulate the atoms to rebuild and reseal the walls on both sides, all in a split second. Impressive. Vehar is like, "Is that even possible?" He says, "I don't know. Only way to find out." As he throws it, and says execute, and all of the aliens here, including Lobo, they're like translated from an alien language. It has that, that scoring thing behind the sentences and all of that, which makes me wonder how he was able to communicate with Jason Todd. But yes, so he throws that, and his crew goes out the window, into space. So it's like, yep, it's possible. And he's in a ship that, wasn't, the Tamaranian ship, nor the ship that they used to pass through dimensions and stuff. So, yeah. So he says, simple really, not fantastic, not feasible on a galactic scale, but my weapon, but useful in its own little way. Just the thing for moving your troops into an enemy ship, or of course moving your enemies off their own ship. That's gonna come in handy, right? I mean, it's not gonna make me rich, but someone's gonna want a little trick for their arsenal, So, because Arsenal created. So I guess it's time to get the word out on my new product and see what the market will bear. So that's Lobo, and then we go to New 52 Lobo's panel. He says, there he is again, the Bastich, using my name that isn't his, and sells stuff he doesn't own. He's just outside Earth's orbit. So we see New 52 Lobo, he's saying, I think it's about time I had to work with this guy. So it says the end for now, and we'll check out Justice League United for more Lobo. So, I was very disappointed with this issue. If for nothing else, the fact that through 25% of the book, Lobo has dreads. Even the cover, he has dreads and preferable artwork, if you ask me. It's my personal opinion. And the other 75%, he has, I guess his original hairdo with, just a sort of wily rocker do. And, I was originally going to drop this book, actually even, just before Tynan's run on it. But I stayed with it, because I saw the solicitations for Lobo, and, being someone that, has the dreads, they gave him dreads in the cover. I'm planning to cosplay Lobo at some point in time, and I wanted to stick with it. He's a very underrated character that I love and have always really supported, and this issue kind of more or less set up for Justice League United with New 52 Lobo, and I'd say even Frankenstein and the Agents of Shade rather than Lobo. This is really just an in-between issue where the next issue, Scott Lobdell, I believe, is taking back the reins, and sad to say I'll be dropping this title now. I really think that even the previous issue was better than this one, to be honest, because it was a build-up from the previous issue that this did not satisfy really, and they kind of killed off his Tamaranian freaking henchman there. I thought he was interesting for a second when he used that psionic triggering thing, but I really didn't want to drop this, and this is one of the original 3 titles that I started off with when I started reading the New 52. It was Batman and Robin, during the whole Night of Owls story arc, and then it was Kenneth Rockefort was doing the art, and it was really good. But now the writers have changed so much, and just this really solidified the fact that I need to drop this title. And it was short, and all the books I think are short this month because they're bigging up Superman because Jeff Johns is going to take over, which is cool. They got the silver old Superman movie logo going on, and a Gorilla Grodd Metallo guy here. So that's a little side story for everybody this week. That's cool. So Jeff Johns, John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson. So yeah, this was a disappointment. I'm dropping this title. I guess I'll yeah. So yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think that I should read, what I should be picking up, because I need another comic title. There's a lot of good ones out there, and a lot of Marvel titles that a whole world of Marvel titles are starting up that I haven't even looked into. So please leave your suggestions for me in the comments below, and thanks you guys for watching again. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. So, yeah, peace. I love you.